Hello students, how are you all? Welcome to Affairscloud, Learn to Lead. My name is Vikas Rana. So students, we have an app by the name Cloud which you can go and download through the Play Store. This application is a one-stop solution for all the students who are preparing for government exams. This application is valid just for the Android users. Once you have downloaded the application, you can go and log in through your Gmail ID, and once you have logged in, you will be moved on to this page where you can see the various courses that are offered by us. To avail this course, you can use a code that is CRACK10 to get an additional 10% discount on the purchase you make. If we talk about the course, why this course is so important, how you will be benefiting through this course. If you see, we provide current affairs on the daily basis, on weekly basis, as well as monthly basis. On daily basis, we will be providing you with PDFs of the content of that particular day. Apart from this, you will be getting a quiz on your application that will be of 20 questions quiz on daily basis that will help you in boosting your preparation. Apart from that, on weekly, you will be getting a 50 questions quiz for your preparation, as well as if you see, you will also get a PDF that will contain all the important compiled news, current affairs of that particular week. And similarly, for monthly, you will be getting a top 100 questions PDF of that whole month. That is very important PDF and will be covering the most important news of that particular month. Alright, apart from this, we also cover banking awareness. All the banking aspirants, those who are preparing for bank exams, will absolutely love our course because we cover almost 99.99% of the syllabus of your bank exams. Here you will see we will also provide with quizzes as well as the PDFs. Apart from this, if you see the topic wise, for example, there are multiple questions that are related to obituary, important days, who won which event, who was awarded with which award. So all these topics that are related to your GS also or GK, such as apps and web portals, these are the current affairs that are important days, your books and authors, the new applications that were launched, new government schemes that were launched by the government, or your international affairs or your national affairs. All these topics, there are 20 such topics of which we are providing the PDF, as well as we teach on YouTube, where you can go and check our channel and you will be surprised that the content that we are providing is absolutely amazing. Alright, so this will be helping you to boost your preparation in the long term. This YouTube channel, you can go and subscribe to our channel, that is your Affairscloud, that will help you for your revision purpose also. Apart from this, we cover the state current affairs also. Here you can see the current affairs and all these content that we provide you that are bilingual. That means we provide you in English as well as both in Hindi also. Alright, so all the students who are from the Hindi language will also be benefited through our course. Also friends, you can purchase our course for 2 years. Alright, also for 1 year. If the students have exam or they are planning for the long term and they want to study for 2 years and they are expecting to give exam after 1 year, then they can opt for 2 years. As well as if the student is planning to give exam next year, then they can go for the 1 year course also. So these are the two types of courses that are available by us. In the end friends, if you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com, and I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue. Hello friends, how are you all? So friends, in this video we will be discussing important indexes and reports of April month. The session will be very important, so do pay attention till the end. Apart from this friends, you can follow me on Instagram. My Insta handle is Vikas_RRANA. So we'll start with the MCQ first and then we'll proceed to the news section part. First the MCQ, these are the current affairs and they will be helpful for the revision purpose. First question is, who is the first Indian mountaineer to climb Mount Annapurna Peak? First Indian mountaineer to climb the Mount Annapurna Peak. Mount Annapurna Peak. Who became the first Indian mountaineer to climb this Annapurna Peak? Shkaleng Rigzin. Shkaling Ringzin became the first Indian to climb the Mount Annapurna peak without supplement oxygen. That is, without the additional help of the oxygen, and Shaklang Rizing also received a warm welcome when brought back in Leh. So the correct option is option C. Shaklang Rizing became the first Indian mountaineer to climb Mount Annapurna peak. Next is PM Modi has laid the foundation stones of the development projects worth 21,000 crore rupees in which state? So remember, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has inaugurated and laid down the foundation stone of development projects worth 21,000 crore rupees in Gujarat. In Gujarat only you have to remember, if we are talking about Jamnagar, Global Center for Traditional Medicines will be developed here with the help of WHO. In Surat, first steel slag rod is located. Steel slag rod. Alright, GIF city is also in Gujarat only. So these are some current affairs that you need to remember regarding Gujarat. If we talk about Tamil Nadu, for Tamil Nadu you have to remember that MK Stalin, who is the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, launched a breakfast scheme for the primary students of government schools of Tamil Nadu. Then if we are talking about Kerala, then remember Shelly app. Shelly app was launched by the Kerala government in order to promote health and wellness in their particular state. Also similar, a health and wellness app was launched by the Karnataka government by the name IU. Next, International Olympic Day is being celebrated on which day? When do we observe International Olympic Day? So remember, on 23rd of June we observe International Olympic Day. And remember, first Olympic Values Education Program, that is your OVEP, first Indian Olympic Values Education Program was set up in Odisha. You have to remember this also. This is also an important question. Alright. Then next is, how many gold medals Indian women's wrestling team under 17 in Asian Championship title at the Kyrgyzstan? I repeat, how many titles did the Indian women's wrestling team won in the under 17 Asian Championship title that was held at Kyrgyzstan? So remember, Indian women team won a total of 8 medals in the under 17 Asian Women Championship that was held at Kyrgyzstan. Now friends, we'll be discussing some important indexes. These are important. Here you have to remember the rank of India, which is first position. It was released by whom? These are something that you should definitely pay attention to. So first we are talking about Global Environment Performance Index. Environment Performance Index. What was the rank of India here? It was 180th. Alright, here if we are talking about Global Environment Performance Index, this was topped, or the first position was of Denmark. We can say that Denmark is the world's most sustainable country. And here this rank was of bottom was of India, that was 180th. This was released by Yale and Columbia University researchers. Then second we are talking about Global Hunger Index. This was of 2021. It was, what was the rank of here India in the Global Hunger Index? It was 101. Alright, India was ranked 101. In this particular index, remember, 18 countries secured the top position, that was including China, Kuwait and Brazil secured the top rank in the Global Hunger Index. And here the rank of India was 101. Then if we are talking about World Happiness Report for the year 2022. This was released by United Nations Sustainable Development Solutions Network. Here the rank of India was 136. In this, the country that topped was Finland on first position, Denmark on second position and Iceland on the third position. And in the bottom was your Afghanistan in the World Happiness Index, and here the rank of India was 136, that you have to remember. Then if we are talking about World Press Freedom Index for the year 2022, this was released by Reporters Without Borders, and here the rank of India was 150th. Here this was topped by, first position was of Norway. Alright, and the bottom was of North Korea in the World Press Freedom Index. The rank of India was 150th. Then here next is Energy Transition Index. What is the rank of India in the Energy Transition Index? India's rank was 87th, and who released this? It was released by World Economic Forum. It was released by WEF, World Economic Forum. This in this particular Energy Transition Index, it was topped by Sweden. It was topped by Sweden. Then we are talking about Global Innovation Index. This is for the year 2021. This was released by WIPO, that is your World Intellectual Property Organization. The rank of India in this Global Innovation Index was 46th, and the country that topped here was first was Switzerland, second position was of Sweden, and third was of USA. So the rank of India in the Global Innovation Index that you have to remember is 46th. Next, remember Global Startup Ecosystem. Global Startup Ecosystem Index. In this Global Startup Ecosystem Index, first of all, tell me who released it. It was released by Startup Blink. The rank of India here was 20th, and this was topped by United States of America. Global Startup Ecosystem Index for the year 2021. Similarly, tell me if we are talking about International Intellectual Property Index, IIP Index, that is your International Intellectual Property Index for the year 2021. This was released by United States Chamber of Commerce Global Policy Innovation Center. Here, the rank of India was 43rd in the International Intellectual Property Index, and it was topped by USA on first position, UK on second position, and Germany on the third position. Alright, similarly, tell me one more index, that was your Global Climate Risk Index. This was also of the year 2021. In this Global Climate Risk Index, what was the rank of India? India stood at 7th position, and here the first position was of Mozambique, second was of Zimbabwe, and third was of Bahamas. We are talking about Global Climate Risk Index. Then similarly, Corruption Perception Index. Corruption Perception Index for the year 2021. In this Corruption Perception Index, this was released by whom? This was released by Transparency International, released the Corruption Perception Index. Here the rank of India was 85th, and this was topped jointly by three countries. They are Denmark, Finland, and New Zealand, topped in this particular Corruption Perception Index, and the rank of India here was 85th. So friends, these are some of the international indexes that you have to remember that are important for your preparation. Now friends, let's shift to the news part. Now friends, let's start with the news part. First, we are talking about the 100 richest self-made women in the world 2022 data. In this particular list of the richest self-made women in the world 2022 that was released by Hurun, founder and CEO of Nykaa, Falguni Nayyar, was among the top 10. I repeat, in the 100 richest self-made women in the world 2022 list that was released by HRI, that is your Hurun Research Institute, Falguni Nayyar, who is the founder and CEO of Nykaa, is ranked 10th with a wealth of $7.6 billion US. She is the only Indian woman in the top 10 list. So here from this news, two type of question can be asked. First question is, who released the richest self-made women in the world 2022 list? It is released by Hurun Research Institute. And from Indian side, who was in the top 10 or was at the 10th position in this particular list of women? She was Falguni Nayyar, who is the founder and chief executive officer of Nykaa. Next we will be talking about the Forbes list of world's billionaires 2022. I repeat, Forbes released the world's billionaires list for the year 2022, in which it was topped by Elon Musk. We know he is the richest man in the world with a net worth of $219 billion. If we talk about Elon Musk, he is the owner of Tesla, SpaceX, Boring Company. Alright, then also he is also a owner of a company that will be providing internet all around the world with the help of a swarm of satellites, that is Starlink. Next, on second position, you will be finding Jeff Bezos, who is the owner of Amazon, All right, at third, Bernard Arnold and its family at $158 billion. At fourth position is Bill Gates, who is the founder of Microsoft, and on fifth is your Warren Buffett. Moving on. Next we are talking about Bloomberg's Billionaires Index. All right, I repeat. See, there are different organizations. Here you will be finding Huron Research Institute. It was talking about the richest women or richest self-made women for the year 2022. Then we talked about Forbes list that released the world's billionaires list. Now we are, and also it was the 36th annual ranking of the billionaires globe Forbes list that was released by Forbes. Now we will be talking about Bloomberg's Billionaires Index. In this we will be talking about the Asia's and India's richest man. He is Gautam Adani. Recently, BBI, that is your Bloomberg's Billionaires Index, as of 2nd of April 2022 released that Gautam Adani, who is the founder and chairman of the Adani Group, has joined the $100 billion club and surpassed Mukesh Ambani to become the India's as well as Asia's richest person, and he is Gautam Adani of India. And this data was released by Bloomberg Billionaires Index. Next we will be talking about a report that was released by United Nations. This report stated that COVID-19 has plunged around 77 million people into poverty before Ukraine war. See, due to COVID-19, what did all happen? Lockdown took place. Due to lockdown, all the supply chains were disrupted. All the businesses were shut down. Even the small businesses were not able to operate because there were no customers because of the lockdown going on. So many people have to incur the heavy losses, due to which many people lost their jobs that they used to do, and even many small jobs such as the labor class jobs also were abolished. Due to this, it is saying that around 77 million people were plunged into poverty. Why before Ukraine war? Because Ukraine war also impacted the world economy in many terms. For example, Ukraine as well as Russia was one of the largest exporter of wheat around the world. So when the export of wheat was stopped all around the world as Russia attacked on Ukraine, due to that food insecurity started to happen. Food insecurity in many countries took place because, say for example, Ukraine was exporting and Russia were exporting their wheat to South Africa, due to which now Russia attacked on Ukraine, so all the wheat that they used to export to South Africa has been stopped now. So the country that were heavily dependent on these country on the wheat are now facing food insecurity, due to which many countries were relying on India so that India can export wheat to their countries. But in India and Pakistan also, we saw heavy solar flares, due to which the temperature in India and Pakistan rose to the maximum levels in the century, due to which many crops were destroyed. So India also at some part banned the export of wheat to all other countries. So due to this COVID-19, many people, say for example 77 million people were plunged into poverty, and because of Ukraine war also heavy losses were there on the economy, due to which many people lost their lives. Another example can be that Ukraine and Russia, they are one of the largest exporters of fertilizers, and fertilizer is one of the main ingredient that is used for a crop to be produced. So similarly, we saw wheat was also banned, so food insecurity was rose, and due to banning of this or due to stop of export of this fertilizers to different parts of the world, this was also one of the reason that many countries where the food crops were growing, but due to the lack of the fertilizer, the crops were destroyed also. That also resulted in increase of the food insecurity, and in terms the food hunger, and in terms more and more poverty can be seen. Even now we are seeing that there will be a huge recession coming on, because the federations, the Fed, the Indian RBI, they are increasing the interest rates, due to which we will be seeing high rates of interest on the loans. People will be spending less, there will be inflation, and in terms, if there is a high inflation, then there can be a stagflation also, and then there can be a recession also. That will be, the prices will be too high for everyone to purchase the minimal goods also. You can see in Russia and Pakistan right now. For example, in not Russia, in Sri Lanka, you will be seeing the rise of petrol prices. the food prices are way too high. All the prices of basic commodities are rising because they are not having, their economy is not stable, they are not having any business that they can run and rely upon. They were heavily dependent on the tourism sector, but now due to COVID-19 the tourism sector has stopped, or it is almost zero, due to which there is no earning for Sri Lanka. And now the basic food prices and the basic petrol prices are also rising in Sri Lanka, and same can be seen for Pakistan now, that in coming weeks or in coming days the same situation will be happening in Pakistan. So just remember this news. Next, we will be talking about the Niti Aayog State Energy and Climate Index list. I repeat, next is Niti Aayog's State Energy and Climate Index list. So first question is from this news only, that who releases the State Energy and Climate Index list? It is released by Niti Aayog. Which state topped in this index? It was your Gujarat, Kerala and Punjab has topped among the Niti Aayog State Energy and Climate Index list. If we are talking what is this State Energy and Climate Index? This index aims to track the efforts made by the states and union territories in the climate and energy sectors. There are 6 parameters on which the states and union territories are going to be ranked in this particular index. These are DISCOM's performance, access, affordability, reliability of energy, clean energy initiatives, efficiency, environmental sustainabilities, and what are the new initiatives that are taken by different companies or different companies in the particular states they are coming up with. Apart from this, remember, this State Energy and Climate Index can be used by states and union territories to benchmark their performance against their peers, analyze the potential and challenges to develop better policy mechanisms, and use the and manage efficiently the energy resources in that particular state. Then further, if we discuss that Gujarat, Kerala and Punjab, these are among the larger states that have topped in this category of the larger states. Then if it is talked about the smaller states, remember Goa has topped in this particular index. And if we are talking about union territories, it is your Chandigarh, Delhi, then Daman and Diu. Then these are the top producers in the, or these are the top union territories in the particular list of union territories. So if we are talking size wise, in larger state it was Gujarat, for smaller states it is Goa, and for union territories, the union territory that has topped this index is Chandigarh. Alright, moving on. Next we are talking about 99% of the world's population breathes poor quality air. Recently, this data was released by World Health Organization, stating that around 99% of the world population is breathing the air that is not health, or that is not healthy, or the air that does not meet the WHO's air quality standards. See, we are living in, say for example, I live in Delhi. Alright, and Delhi is considered as, for the past 4 years, Delhi has been ranked as the world's most polluted capital city. Most polluted capital city in the world. We are talking about Delhi. Alright, similarly, around 9 to 10 cities in the list of top 20 cities in the world that are most polluted. Amongst them, around 9 to 10 will be from India only. Dhaka from Bangladesh, it is one of the most polluted city all around the world. Then in Pakistan also there are many cities which are most polluted. The reason is because the pollution is not checked here and people are burning waste material. You can think it of in such a way that if there will be a rise in population in that area in India, then there will be a pollution related to it, because people indirectly cause a lot of pollution in India. So this data is not just for India. First thing that you have to remember, this we are talking all around the world, and this data was released by World Health Organization, that is a health agency of United Nations, and it stated that around 99% of the world population is breathing the air that is not suitable for them. The air polluted and often contains particles that can penetrate deep into the lungs, enter their veins and arteries. Also friends, remember recently microplastic was found into the blood vessels in our, you can say, human blood. These are very small tiny particles of the plastics, and we know a plastic is non-biodegradable. That means in our blood now we can see the very small particles of very small particles of plastic in the human blood, and which is a very sad news. This is the, you can say, the level of pollution we have created on earth. So who released this data? This was released by World Health Organization. And also remember, WHO air quality database has introduced ground measurements for the annual mean concentration of NO2, that is your nitrogen dioxide. Also remember SO2, CO2, carbon monoxide. These are some of the CFCs that cause the global warming. So you have to remember that also. If it is asked regarding acidic rain, in acidic rain there will be sulfur dioxide. Yellowing of Taj Mahal. What is the reason of the yellowing of Taj Mahal? It is acidic rain, and this acidic rain is caused due to sulfur dioxide. VS, what is PM? PM 2.5, we hear this PM2. What is this? This is particulate matter. It is telling about the concentration of the particulate matter that is suitable for breathing. Next we are talking about ADB projects India's economy to grow by 7.5% in the fiscal year 2023. What is ADB? That is your Asian Development Bank. And this Asian Development Bank, where is it located? It is located in Manila, Philippines. And this was established in the year 1996. Alright, and who is the president? Matsusuga Asakawa is the current president of Asian Development Bank. Also remember, question will be direct and simple, that ADB has projected Indian economy to grow by what percent in the fiscal year 2023? It is 7.5%. Here you can see Manila, Philippine based Asian Development Bank has recently projected the India's growth rate at 7.5% in 2022 and 8% in the year 2023. Inflation in India will be at around 5.8% in 2022 and 5% in 2023. Alright, moving on. Next we are talking about Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs. Recently, Vivek Jory, who is the chairperson of CBIC, has released the National Time Release Study for the year 2022. What is this National Time Release Study? First of all, we will be talking about it. NTRS, that is your National Time Release Study, in order to access the cargo clearance processes, adopts cargo clearance release time, that is the time taken from the arrival of the cargo at the custom stations to its eventual release for the imports and exports. For example, this is a ship that brought the goods. This is the port where the goods or the cargo was stored, and this is the B position where the cargo will be eventually released to or exported to. So remember, this is the time. Here we are talking about the time taken from the arrival of the cargo to the custom station to its eventual release for the import or export from this A location to the B location or C location. So this is the time that is being asked here, National Time Release Study. A data was released on this by the chairman of CBIC, that is your Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs, has released this National Time Release Study, which is a performance measurement tool for assessing the cargo clearance process of international trade. This will be talking about the time required or the time that will be taken at a particular cargo at a particular custom to clear that product and for the further import or export of that product. So this data, that is National Time Release Study, was released by whom? Vivek Jory, who is the chairperson of CBIC. Important, remember, two questions. Who is the chairman of CBIC? Vivek Jory. And who released this NTRS study? This was also released by Vivek Jory, who is the chairperson of CBIC. Important question. Alright, next we are talking about global wind sector. Recently a data was released and it stated that in order to achieve the net zero goals of 2050, that is net zero carbon by 2050, in order to achieve that goal we have to fourfold the growth in order to meet the energy demands. What it is saying, I repeat, according to the Global Wind Energy Council, they released a report that was Global Wind Report 2022. They stated that wind energy installations worldwide must quadruple, that means they should be 4 times from the 94 gigawatts installed in 2021 within this decade if the world is to stay on the track for 1.5 degrees Celsius pathway and net zero by 2050. I repeat, in order to achieve this net zero target 2050 and to be on the track of 1.5 degrees Celsius temperature, then we have to 4 times, that is quadruple the wind energy installations. All right, these are the windmills that you can see. We have to, that means we have to 4 times the current, that is the current windmills data required, the energy that is generated right now, it should be 4 times that of we have to do in the coming decade in order to meet the demand of energy, because we know energy is growing day by day. All right, earlier we used to generate energy for powering cars by petrol or any other material, say for example CNG gas, diesel was there, petrol was there, but now we are also shifting to electric. Now if we are shifting to electric vehicles, then the amount of energy required, so amount of energy generated will be more now. Each individual will be contributing and will be requiring more amount of energy now, due to which the demand of energy will be rising. Once the population is rising, the demand of energy will also rise. If we are saying India is not a developed country, India is a developing country, so a developing country is on the verge, that means now we are developing and now we have to also meet the sustainable development goals, so we have multiple challenges to come. So also we are seeing that we are focusing on many renewable sources of energy. We are focusing on hydrogen fuels. For example, we saw the first pure green hydrogen making plant in Jorhat, Assam, that was developed by OIC, that is OIL, that was Oil India Limited. Then we saw the Govardhan project, that was in Madhya Pradesh, Indore. Then we are also seeing the biogas use. That project was of electric vehicle charging station was launched in Madhya Pradesh, in Maharashtra, and it was basically to charge your electric cars use that will be powered by biogas, and in also that particular electric vehicle charging station will be powering your street lights also. So we are seeing a shift in the resources of energy that we are taking. Earlier we used to be heavily dependent on the coal to generate energy, but now with time and with the increased technology, we are seeing various different sources of energy from which we can generate renewable source of energy instead of the non-renewable sources of energy. All right, so similarly the data just says that the global wind report 2020 suggested that in order to achieve the target for 2050 to be net zero and to be on the track of 1.5 degrees Celsius, we need to 4 times the investment in the and wind energy sector in order to come up with more windmills, so that they will be generating more amount of renewable source of energy, because it is only that matters now. Next, we are talking about global real-time payments that originated in India in 2021. I repeat, out of the total 100% real-time payments, 40% of them were from India, and this is a record, you can say. And if asked that which country has topped in the global real-time payments, it was India with 40% of its share in the world economy. All right, as we know, India has their own payment system, that is your UPI, that is your unified payment system, due to which even if in the case of, say for example, there is a war, let me give you a hint, say for Russia was in war with NATO or European Union, what they did was they stopped the Visa and MasterCard. These are the payment services similar to UPI. They are payment gateways through which you can do payment from one person to other person, or from one bank account to other payment. So Russia is used to use their Visa and MasterCard. All right, India has their own payment system, that is your unified payment interface, that is your UPI. So as Russia was in war with Ukraine, what NATO and European Union countries did was they stopped their Visa and MasterCard, due to which Russian economy suffered a huge loss. People in Russia were not able to transact money from one location to another. For example, they were not able to take out money of the ATMs. They were not able to pay through the Visa or MasterCard or the credit card or the debit card they were having of Visa or MasterCard. So due to which there was a very hustle going on in that economy, that what should we do? Similar situation can never arise in India. If India by chance in any case goes in war with any other country, even if they ban the Visa or MasterCard, then also internally India will be able to use UPI payment and the economy in India will be thriving. There will be hardly any impact on the Indian economy because of the ban of Visa or MasterCard, because we will be still able to use the UPI. UPI was also, Nepal became the first country to adopt India's UPI payment system. So remember it this way. So 40% of the global real-time payments originated in India. And you have to remember the organization here, that is your NPCI, National Payment Corporation of India. Moving on, here you can see, in accordance with the report titled The Economic Impact of Real-Time Payments for the April 2022 that was released by CEBR, that is Center for Economics and Businesses Research, in partnership with the Global Data for Payment Solutions provider ACI Worldwide. It stated that India accounted the highest volume of the real-time payments, that is the first rank in the world among businesses around the world. They stated around 48.6 billion real-time payments through 2021, which is the 40% of the global real-time payments originated in 2021. So India stood at first position. Next, here you can see the report also featured 53 global markets and 30 countries. India is followed by China at the second place with 18.5 billion real-time transaction. It should be noted that the real-time payment refers to the instantaneous digital payments that facilitate transfer of funds within few seconds. What does UPI do? You pay from bank account A to the bank account B. Within second, the amount will be transferred from A to B, and this is your unified payment system. Moving on, next we are talking about Chain Analysis. Chain Analysis is the organization that released a data recently stating for the crypto gains. Crypto gains is your profits. That means if we are talking about the profits in cryptocurrency, India stood at 21st position in the year 2021. That means if we are talking about all the countries in the world, and in the year 2021, the country that had the most number of profits, that country that has the most number of crypto gains was your United States of America on the first position, and India in that list stood at the 21st position. That's all for the day, friends. Thank you. And if you want us to continue with such sessions, all you have to do is comment below. The value of your comment is very high, and I want everyone to comment below and let us know if they have learned anything new. That's all for the day, friends. I hope you enjoyed the session, and you can follow us on the YouTube channel, as well as apart from YouTube channel, you can go and follow us at Affairscloud Telegram channel. And if you have any queries related to the content or the courses offered to you or the payment which you did on the application, you can contact us on the number provided, that is 7677333862. Apart from this, friends, you can follow us on the Facebook as well as on Instagram handle, that is Affairscloud_official. In the end, friends, if you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number, that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com, and I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue.